Je peux vous le rendre, Seigneur, Seigneur, car avec les soldats, il est tolérance, de s'entendre, pour le plaisir que sont les combats. Le désir qui pleut, c'est jour de fête, le désir qui pleut du haut en bas. Les spectateurs perdent la tête, les spectateurs s'interpellent à grand fracas.
Ah, Paris. So much to see and so much to do. La Ville Lumière, or the City of Light, is renowned for its rich history, fashion, food, art, and iconic landmarks like the Eiffel Tower. Bonjour, and welcome to Home Improvements. After a long hot day of sightseeing, there's nothing so refreshing as a glass of un verre de gazeuse, or sparkling water. But you have to be careful, because if you drink too much, you'll likely have to soon aller aux toilettes, or go to the toilet. I always take some toilet paper with me on my trips overseas, because public restrooms in foreign countries sometimes do not have any available. Toilet paper was invented by the Chinese in the 6th century, but was not mass-produced until the 19th. Before then, people used whatever was at hand, no pun intended, but maybe the cleanest way was just by using a free and available resource: water. The French, being masters of innovation, invented the bidet in the 17th century to clean the posterior without the use of one's hands. And though at first it required manual filling, it was a large leap forward from the less sanitary methods used previously. Bidet means little pony, an old term that comes from the method used to straddle them while seated. Never really widely adopted in the States, they are still relatively common in France and other European nations. So, you should learn how to use one if you travel to Europe. Bidets are not really so intimidating once you get to use them, and they are more economical and environmentally friendly than using toilet paper. As far as appearance, bidets look much like a toilet with a few differences. They are rather pricey, however, with their cost comparable to a toilet, so many people simply buy an attachment, which is much cheaper, to put over your existing toilet. I happened to find a bidet attachment on sale the other day, so I decided to install it in my home. Its cost will eventually be made up in my savings in toilet paper, as it is a more environmentally friendly and healthier way of taking care of business. This is the bidet attachment I bought for about $60. It's a round seat. It's not electric, so you don't have to plug it in to get it to work. It has self-cleaning nozzles, and it's got a slow close lid, which is nice. And I'm going to be installing this today, and I'll show you how it's done. What's in the box are a bag of attachments, set of instructions, a template, and the fixture itself. Once I've opened the box and gotten everything out, I'm going to check the instruction sheet, and this is very, very basic. There's a side in English and a side in Spanish, but it's really, sorry, no pun intended, this is a really crappy sheet. It gives you very, very few instructions. The package contents has some really tiny pictures of what's inside, but there are no descriptions at all. And as far as the instructions themselves, well, that's it. There's a few really tiny pictures I'm going to probably need a magnifying glass to see, and there's no instructions at all. We have some safety information and pre-installation stuff like turning off the water and stuff, basic stuff. But these instructions are useless. So I'm just going to have to take a quick look at the pictures and figure out how to install it myself. Next, opening the bag of accessories and comparing it against the instruction sheet, what I can see. I see some kind of a mounting plate, a bag of screws and other small fixtures, one flexible tube, and that's all that's in there. So hopefully everything is here. If not, I'm going to have to go to a hardware store and get some other items, but it looks from the outset like everything's in there. Okay, it's pretty obvious to me that the first thing you need to do is take off the old toilet seat and replace it with the bidet. So I'm just going to take out these screws here and remove the toilet cover. Okay, I've removed the old toilet seat cover and I'm ready to install the bidet seat cover. And this is the first tool you're going to need, of course, the screwdriver to get the old seat cover off. Okay, the next thing I see to do, in fact it's the first thing on the instructions, is to supposedly put on the template on the toilet to help seat the bidet in place. So here is the template, and I'm sticking it on the toilet here, like so. Now the next thing it says to do is put on the template. Now it's giving me two different installation methods here, installation 1 and installation 2, which I can barely read. So I'm going to have to get out my microscope and see what parts I'm going to need for each one of these. Okay, now opening my small bag of goodies with all my miscellaneous parts in it, I'm pulling out some things I think I might need. I think these are for the installation 1, and I think these will be for installation 2. So I have to figure out which one of these I'm going to need. I think these go with these. And this one I think is a mounting bracket for the screws. Okay, in both installation 1 and 2 it says to put the mounting bracket on the end of the template. I really can't see the orientation of the mounting bracket, so I'm going to have to guess at it. So here's the template, and I think this is the way it's supposed to go. This doesn't look right at all, and I think the fixture will slide in this way, so I think this is probably right here. Now I'm supposed to put some posts in to hold down the bracket. I'm going to try these first here. something I'm not quite used to. I'm not sure how that works. Tell you what, my old toilet seat was fastened down with these kind of things here. So what I think I'll do is I'll do pretty much the same thing on this one, and I'll use these to hold it down. And I think I'm going to need a washer with it, so I'll use this to hold it down. Let's see how that works. Now to enable this bracket to move around so I can adjust the position of the toilet seat, I'm assuming this is a smaller bracket you put in the bigger bracket. It looks like this is the way it's supposed to go, down like that. And then I would, I guess, put the screw in here like that to hold it down. So I'm going to try that and see if it works. Okay, this one seemed to hold it down pretty well. So I'm going to repeat it on this side. I'll put the screw in, of course, on the top, and on the bottom I will first put the washer on, and then the nut like that on the bottom of the toilet. And tighten it down, and then if I need to adjust it to hold the toilet seat, I can always loosen up the screws and retighten it. Okay, now that I've got my fixture in place, it's time to put on the bidet cover. Now, this is the bottom of the bidet cover, and you can see the groove in here that the mounting bracket fits into. There's also a little latch here. Looks like a lock with a button on the side. I assume that's because it's there because if you make a mistake and need to move the bidet cover, you can just push this lever and the cover will come off. Now, according to the cryptic instructions here, the next thing I do is put on the bidet cover and slide it in, and hopefully it'll click in and seat well. Yeah, and it clicked right in. And it looks to me like the template worked pretty good because it seats very well around the edge of the toilet. So I think this is good right here. Now the next thing it says to do is to connect the water lines to the bidet cover. Now the last thing in my goodie bag was my adapter fixture for the water hoses. And now here's my first problem. The water line to my toilet at present is a hard line, but the instructions say to use a soft line, a flexible line. So I'm going to have to pull this one off here and install a flexible line. My second problem is this adapter fixture will not fit on my outlet right here. It's too big. According to the instructions, the fixture is supposed to go directly on top of the outlet pipe, and it won't do that. So I'm going to have to figure out another way to install this adapter onto my toilet. Okay, I figured out how to install my adapter onto my toilet. First I had to go to the hardware store and buy a flexible tube to replace my hard line for my water shutoff valve. That's the first thing I had to do. Secondly, what I did was instead of putting my adapter on the water shutoff valve, I put it on my fill valve of my toilet, and it did screw into that. And then I took the flexible tube that came with the bidet. Even though it's a bit long, it's kind of odd looking. It's just too long. I connected that to the adapter, one end of that, and then the other end to the bidet fixture itself. So that gives me 2 lines going to my toilet. So the tools you're going to need to do this are, of course, you're going to need a wrench. You're going to have to be really careful replacing your lines because you don't want to break any of your water lines coming into your toilet. And you're also going to need some white tape. Now the white tape is to keep the water from leaking out of your fixtures. You can see some white tape I've put on right here. And what you do is you replace your lines and then tighten it down really good. Don't over tighten it, okay? Because I tried putting this one on and turning on the toilet, and there was no water going into the fill valve, so I had to loosen it up a little bit to let the water into my toilet. So don't over tighten your fixtures. Now I'm ready to test my toilet and see if it works. Now this is your adjusting knob for your bidet. Now you can still use your toilet as usual. I'll show you here. You just flush it. And then when that's done, you just turn your knob a little bit and you can see the bidet comes out. So you can use both of these fixtures at the same time. I can't wait to try it out. Now it's time to test out my new bidet. Sorry, at this point, I'm legally required to show you only my waist up. First, I'm going to flush the toilet. That's better. Now I'm going to engage the bidet. That's the first time I've ever been goosed by a bidet. That was quite an operatic experience.
Et songe bien, oui, songe à ton bateau,